And then, Anthony.
That took us to the main event of the evening, which saw the head of the table and the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman and Shmuley Sami Zayn.
Shmuley, yeah.
I love the Shmuley.
Yeah.
Facing off against Kevin Owens for the Undisputed title.
The match was,
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right. You know.
Look, anything that Roman Reigns is in is generally a good match. His timing, his charisma, everything about him gets the match over. Was it outstanding? No. Was the match good? Yes. Yeah? Agree with that?
I think it was more after the match, so to speak. You know, when they had that they got the 2 sets of handcuffs and there was that brutal assault on Kevin Owens. Yeah, and then Sammy obviously looking a bit disturbed by it all. Yeah, and then how that all sort of went down. The Usos were beating down on Kevin Owens, and then Reigns directs that assault and the chair around the neck, and Solo Sikoa jumps in, and that was actually at that point the handcuffs introduced. Super kicked repeatedly. I mean, what did he take, about 10 super kicks or something? It was
there was a couple of doubles, there was a whole heap of singles.
Yeah, and then Sami Zayn sort of tried to step in and talk to Reigns, but, then Reigns gives Sammy the chair and he doesn't want to use it, and finally uses it on Roman, and that was...
And Sikoa attacked him.
Yeah, and then they all...
Yeah, well, actually, I think it was Jimmy. Jimmy Uso attacked him, and then the last finishing point was a Samoan spike.
Yeah. They stripped, tore his T-shirt, and he was obviously left, out in the ring and blah, blah, blah. But the whole Jey Uso thing's interesting, going from the one who was totally against him all the way to being like the biggest supporter. And I'm really interested to see what they do on Saturday, our time, with SmackDown, as to how this starts playing out towards Elimination Chamber, heading towards Mania. I thought, maybe you get to something where it's Jey Uso, KO, and Sammy versus Roman, Jimmy Uso, and Solo. 6-man tag match like that or something. I mean, look, it could go anywhere. There's a million things you could probably do, but interesting. But it's got us talking, and like you said earlier in the broadcast, it's got us thinking, what could they do?
Yeah, well, that's right. You don't know exactly now. The brilliant thing, if this is how they meant to book it, was that even people that are smart to the business like us, the internals of it, have got us saying, okay, what are they going to do?
Yeah, because
where to go here? There's 4 or 5 different storylines.
Oh God, yeah.
Is it Sammy and that team up against? Well, see, Jey Uso is the thing. If Jey Uso had attacked him, then it would have been easy.
Yeah, but it's not easy now.
It's not easy now.
That's where, when I say they've complicated it, but in a good way, because it just opens up so many avenues.
Is it Sikoa that goes with Jimmy, and they defend the belts against the other two, and Jey helps the other two win the belts?
Yeah, well,
you don't know. It's just there's just so many different angles.
That's what it should be. This is Who was the producer, please, Anthony, for this one?
For Reigns' match?
Yeah.
Heyman, wasn't it?
Was Michael Hayes.
Okay.
Heyman would have had a lot in it.
Yeah, Heyman would have had it plenty.
100%.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, if it wasn't for the whole bloodline Sami Zayn thingy, I don't think I'd be watching as much as I am at the minute.
Oh, true. For me, Judgment Day.
Oh, yeah.
Judgment Day. I absolutely love Judgment Day.
Yeah, look, doing well. Yeah, in fairness, yeah.
And really, out of that Judgment Day, it's not. And I feel a bit sorry for Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're getting outshone by Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, condom.
Yeah, condom. I love it, condom.
His whole 3 hours in lockup. And it's funny. It's
not gonna
quite
make it on
humorous
the
where they
inside.
go with it, eh?
I'm not going to make it on the inside, mummy.
I love that so much. I love that.
I must say they've done well with it.
They've done because really, let's say 6 months ago, we're bagging him and telling him
Shit,
set him on fire and kick him out the door. You know,
Yeah.
now we're enjoying what he's doing.
But it proves our point that you and I talk about a lot.
Yeah,
Creative writing, good, not lazy booking, come up with something that fits the person, the character, that sort of makes it believable, because it's sort of a bit believable that he's sort of that dweeby, hide behind everyone. I'll take a pot shot when someone's not looking. It fits. It fits.
yeah.
And that's all it is. It's recognizing what you got and looking at them and saying, well, what would work with him?
The Eddie Guerrero mannerisms,
Yeah,
but he never gets it off. Like he's trying to do something and it fails on him.
Yeah,
so he's not quite an Eddie. So but that's what I think they're going for. They're going for you're not
to annoy everyone,
yeah,
and give everyone the shits because he's getting all the heat.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying what he's doing.
Yeah, no. So that and the bloodline story, but look, hard to know where they're going to go with the. Sammy, Kevin Owens. Does Kevin Owens come out and tell them? See, it'll be interesting because they're going to have to get them two back together because Sammy basically tried to save him. So there was still something there between them. So I suppose they somehow patch up whatever. But then what's the focus? Is it them two on the tag title? But what happens with Jay? Does Kevin stay wanting Roman, one-on-one? It's good. There's stories within stories.
And then you've got Rhodes, which is a contender.
Well, yeah. So how does he start fitting in? Because he's going to make an appearance now, and the face-to-face challenge of Reigns, and it's quite an interesting.
I hope to God they don't do a 4-way or something like that.
Oh no!
I hope to God they don't. I was just looking about. I just thought about it. Then I'm going, please don't give us a 4-way. That'd just be, disastrous.
No.
Let it play itself out. I mean, I don't care if it's not resolved by WrestleMania. Resolve it by SummerSlam.
Yeah, well, you don't put all the eggs in one basket. If you resolve it all at Mania, what are you just going to go with afterwards?
Rhodes, it could be Rhodes is going for the belt. Whatever's left of the Usos, whatever happens with Jay, come out as they always do. And it's now Sammy and Owens that save Cody, and he gets the belt. And then you got revenge now that even Roman Reigns gets revenge. So he's now got a reason to want to beat up the other two before he gets his hands back on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
There's options there, but don't. I hope to Christ they don't rush it, and I hope to Christ they don't do something daft like a 4-way, because that would destroy it. I'd like to be entertained for the next 6 months.
I don't want to even see a 3-way with it.
No, definitely not. I hate 3-ways and 4-ways.
No.
They're shitty matches.
I hate 3-ways. I'm always left out.
It's 3 ways with this 82 and I'm in the corner watching.
Although I must tell you, I auditioned for a part in the movie and I've got it.
Okay, what was that?
It's unfortunately it's an adult entertainment movie, but I'm the husband who's leaving for work.
I'll tell you,
my part is very small, figuratively speaking.
Bye, dear, as I go out the door. I tell you what, I heard the joke the other day. I'll say that while we're on air. It's not a nasty joke. It's a funny joke.
Yeah,
right.
No, we like a bit of humour.
Enzo is having his 52nd wedding anniversary.
Yes.
And one of his nephews go up to him. They go, Uncle Enzo, how have you been married for 52 years? He goes, let me tell you something, son. What you got to do is at the 25th anniversary, you need to take your wife to Italy and treat her like a queen, put her in the best hotels, treat her like the princess she is. And then after another 25 years, you go back there and pick her up, bring her back.
Oh, dear. It's like that one where the grandkid says to his grandfather, why do you keep calling Nana Love and you never call her by her name? He says, I forgot her name 30 years ago. You scared to ask her. Oh, dear. Anyway.
There's the dad jokes for tonight.
Oh, there are dad jokes. But anyway, so interesting. Like, obviously, we'll be back in 2 weeks because we've got Elimination Chamber, which will make things a bit clearer between now and then obviously Elimination Chamber itself will make things a bit clearer.
It's pretty muddy at the moment.
Well, it is. So, but muddy in a good way in terms of because we're all guessing.
That's right,
and that's sort of how it should be. As long as they don't keep leaking all this shit out and everyone knows everything before it starts, I think that's killing the business.
I think
it's
you're right
taking
too.
away the suspense, the surprise, they gotta somehow plug all that shit.
Yeah,
I don't know whether they do it to test the market.
I think a little bit. I think it's to drive the market in directions too.
Yeah,
where they want it. Are they try and use multimedia now to drive it into?
Yeah. But I don't like it. I think when you start taking the drama and the suspense and the, oh my God, what's going to happen out of it all, it becomes boring because you sort of know what's going to happen, which was like a couple of things that happened in the Rumble.
Well, that's right. And even the end of the main event, we knew what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, of course we did.
We
were just waiting to see how they were going to, break off the Sammy bit, but you knew it was happening. Like,
yeah.